Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. I am your Dungeon Master, Jason Hobbs, host of Hobbs and Friends. And the really noisy guy is Craig Brasco. Hey, Craig. Tonight we are actually not playing a West Marches game. This is the first session of this traditional campaign I've been complaining about for months on Random Screed. And yeah, so the game takes place in the Emergent Empires in the frontier lands, kind of at the corner of Uther and Kugata, and along the coast of the Inner Sea. I'm going to let the players introduce themselves and their characters. We'll talk briefly more about the setting, and then hopefully we'll start playing. So, Thaddeus, go ahead.
I play Yulmataz. He is a magic user. He is from he's an Argonaut. They sort of a Mesopotamian flavor, so he has like a cool, curled beard and crazy hat. He's a member of a eclectic and secretive wizard college, and we'll see how long he lasts as a magic user.
That's a good question. We should mention that I did change the way I rolled up the characters. We are using Old School Essentials /BX, and I let the guys roll 4d6, drop the lowest, and choose where they went as opposed to our normally 3d6 in order. Hopefully that'll add some survivability. All right, Karl.
Hello, I'm Karl. I'm playing Huto the Cyrenian. Cyrenians, I guess, are Polynesian type Maori, and he is a fighter. He is a spear and shield fighter, and he's looks pretty tough. He has some cool relationships that we have developed, and I guess we'll talk about later with some of the players. But he's on the run. I guess that's the best way to describe at the moment what he's all about.
Take it on the run, baby. Justin.
Nice. Hi, I'm Justin. I am playing a dwarf. Dwarf.
ABX.
And he is from the Horehammer Mountains, and he is traveling with his father. His name is my character's name is Elmore Arkinson. He's a smith that has decided to partake in a life of adventure and abandon the caravan to visit ruins around this region. And he does have some ties with some of the other group of characters as well. And that is some met on the road, and I think some met in Barth.
Awesome. Yeah, so we should say Horehammer is spelled Hoar.
Yes.
Because it is in the cold, frigid north. Gabriel.
Hi, Gabriel. I'm playing Nabunasir. He's also of Argonaut descent, just like Hulamatas. He's a magic user, and he's looking for some fabled ruins in the west, looking for the source of maybe some ley lines or obscure magic.
Yeah, so a lot of this area. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gabriel.
And he's has some ties with Aya. And well, he's looking forward to exploring some ruins that he heard down there.
So one of the things that we added, so this area has not really been fleshed out very much in some of these cultures either. So it's pretty interesting. Like even today when Thaddeus decided to make a wizard from Argo, the same as Gabriel did, without knowing Gabriel did, as far as I know.
Correct.
We decided that the Tower of Magi is a group of wizards, like a wizard group or guild or something, and it's common to Argo, which is a series of city-states, similar to the Mesopotamian culture of our own real world. And Thaddeus decided he's also a rival of Nebuchadnezzar. When you say it, Gabriel, it sounds a lot different than when I do. I practiced in the mirror a couple times, and it still doesn't sound like what you say.
It's
All right, Erik.
Nabu Nasir.
Hey everybody, Erik Swanson here, and I'm playing Aya, the Argonaut Beef. And I couldn't remember what city she was from. She grew up in the gangs of Argonaut, and so she the Argos cities, and she is come to this part of the world, to Kugarda, to find her fortune, to try to join specifically the Agata Thieves Guild. She's heard great things about them. And she's traveled with Nebuchadnezzar, and she's offered her services to him as a person of the dexterous skills of locksmithing and exploring and other such things. And also she's been trailing the caravan of Elmore, JDR's character, and ingratiating herself there, so see if she can make an easy mark to bring something to the Agata Guild.
Nice. Brasco.
Hi, I'm Craig, and I'm playing Briseis. She is a cleric of Iana, who is a goddess that represents love and war, if I'm not mistaken. As such, she has two priestess orders. One is called the Dancers of the Veil, and they represent kind of like courtesans and things like that. And the other are warriors called Dancers of the Blade, and that's what Briseis represents. She is from Argos as well, and she is guided to Barth by a Solar of Iana, who she's seen in a vision, is leading her here to heap glory on Iana's name in battle. And in the process, she ran into Hutto, and they almost came to blows because they're both, fighters, basically. But in the process, were ambushed by some Chemishites. Is that how you say that? Is that correct?
Sure.
And we survived the confrontation. So although she still kind of sees him as a rival, she had a vision after waking up after the battle was over. They made camp and rested, and then when she woke up, she saw the Solar again, just briefly hovering over Hutto while he slept. So she's interpreting that as like she has to follow him to find out where these battles are or where this conflict will be. So that's her backstory with Hutto.
Nice. So this is all awesome. So one of the things I was thinking, I was going to let you come from different areas, but then I decided, and we would start as we came into Agata itself, which is the frontier city to the western side of this inner sea, and it's nominally in Kugarta. But Barth seemed like such a better idea at the time. We're going to start in the city of the town of Barth. And I think Erik is going to be nice enough to share his screen so you all who are crazy enough to watch this video would be able to see what the players are seeing.
Cool. Thank you, sir. And I'm going to refresh.
How many are watching?
I don't know. I'm not on there. It slows my computer.
Bump those numbers up.
Oh. I didn't share this link or anything, and
Oh, you want to pop it in like MeWe or something?
I was gonna say I can throw it in my couple places.
so it's not really showing up on your screen. Are you in the wrong place? Do I have you on a different map?
Yeah, I don't. I just see a blank screen. How's
Yeah,
So
it's not showing on us either.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
That's weird.
Mind if I put it in the Necrotic Gnome one, House?
I don't care. Is it showing up for you guys now?
Yeah, I'm not watching it. So.
Let me read.
No, I don't see it.
Yeah, it's
I see something.
it says necrotic gnome, and
No,
The roll 20.
on roll 20. What do you guys see on roll 20?
I see that.
I apologize. I'd see a white space.
I reloaded it. If you reload it, it might.
Reload. Okay.
Reloading.
Can you hear me, Craig?
I see the
Yes.
map now.
There you
I
go.
can
I
hear
see
you.
the map now.
I
You're
can
not
hear
there.
you, Eric. Now.
looks good. See the map, Town of Barth.
Yep, see the map.
Portraits looks good.
Dun, dun, dun.
There we go.
Dun, dun.
I was deciding maybe I should actually allow people to see the name. Oh, I'm naming you guys wrong right now. Oh boy.
Take your
There we
time.
go. All right, so number 7, I put a little legend down at the bottom, is a bar. So you guys would have come from the east. We'll pop up the Midwest here. So this is kind of just a weak map of the area. So for the players, this inner sea that's just northeast of Kugarta is called the inner sea because I didn't name anything else unless someone else has another idea. At the northern tip of this inner sea is the town of Brath, where the characters are. Brath is known for miners and traders, and maybe not being of the best lawful citizens as they are on the frontier. And yeah, I think that's about it. Did I say anything else in the Discord that you guys remember?
No.
No? Anyone? Well, I don't know if you'd remember anyway. But
Sorry, I'm busy printing a channel. 1 sec.
yeah, what about you, JDR? Do you remember anything else?
I don't think so. I think the other guys pretty much said whatever the associations were with what I had known. So I mean that's.
Oh yeah. So my concept is your caravan, this northern caravan, would have met somewhere on the road. You would have ran into the other group that was coming from Uther there for the Uthram, which would have been the over the land people who are coming from Argo, who would have met up with you there. So everyone is kind of mixed along in this caravan that you were following. That was mostly dwarves, and I'm only picturing like maybe a wagon or two, and possibly a. Not necessarily pulled by animals, but maybe some kind of clockwork beast that the dwarves created.
Cool.
But that has arrived in town, and you guys met as you traveled that long distance from there, and for whatever reason, which is up to you guys, have decided to continue along. The conceit of this campaign being each of you have individual motivations, but one of those motivations include staying together as a group and achieving your individual motivations while you're together. So that's the plan anyway. So keep that in mind. And of course, if your character wants to go off and do something on their own, we can do that in downtime, or maybe they're not in the group anymore, or whatever. I mean, I'm fine with whatever. So I'm trying to get your guys the names here so people can see the cool, sweet pictures y'all
I just shared the product know me. We will see if anyone comes.
chose or drew.
Oh yeah, JDR and Brasco both drew their portraits, right?
Yeah.
Dang artists.
I know.
I could 3D model my person, but that would take a while.
That's awesome.
What's crazy is Thaddeus' hat matches that guy's hat in the picture.
It's outstanding.
He's not messing around.
No, he's not.
But Thaddeus puts on the wizard hat in serious business.
Yeah, so they're like, I guess, cone hats and round hats.
You think this is a
Apparently.
game?
That's
You think this is a
kind of,
costume? This is a way of life.
I'm sorry for insulting your people. I apologize.
Oh, dear.
All right, so for whatever reason, you guys have decided to head on to Agata, and I gave you a list of some rumors about Agata. Agata is governed by a merchant council, currently the most powerful merchant. Lemnikov is gathering a great host for a caravan across the Great Wastes. which is bringing many folk to Agata. The area around Agata is dotted with ruins from an unknown past or pasts. Agata is the last point of civilization to the west before reaching the Great Waste, a barren and savage land filled with bloodthirsty halflings, dangerous ruins, and who knows what else. Smuggling is nearly a sanctioned rite in Agata. So, for some reason, this has drawn you all to wanting to go to Agata, but now what your decision would be, what method do you choose to reach Agata? So,
By boat, right?
well, I don't know if anyone decided that. That's what you're here trying to decide.
On the 25x map, it's the town of the northern town, right?
That's where you are now, Brath, in that northern town, yes. And the place Agata is the red one, is the red city.
Right.
And that smaller, the little houses, that's the alienage?
Nope, that's another town.
That's another town.
This is a 24-mile hex map, so.
Oh yeah, so the other one was just the.
Are there any sailor types on at the Tritons where we are now?
Probably a sailor's bar if it's called Triton's, right?
It's not on the wharf itself, so you guys really don't know why it's called Tritons. Maybe it's just the name of the dude who lives there. But I think Huto appears as a sailor marine. Is that correct? Is it Huto or Hutto?
It doesn't matter. Uto sounds good. There's 3 T's in it, apparently.
Yeah, I saw you put
okay.
serious T's in there. Yeah, so this is the 24. Oh, you didn't pop it up. This is the map that we were talking about, the 24
Yeah, I
map.
got it.
Map. I was putting it on for the people at home.
I'm sorry, I minimized it.
You can do it again. This map was not done by me. I added the numbers, the town of Barth, and the legend below. Other than that, it was some awesome person on the internet. Thank you, awesome person.
Beautiful map.
It is great.
Yeah, it looks like hexography. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Really? This is done in hexography? Wow.
No, I don't think so.
He's in the same.
Are you talking about the 24-mile?
Yeah, the 24-mile map.
Oh, no. You're talking about the town of Barth. I did the 24-mile one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was
I did
going to
not.
be like, how the hell?
Yeah, that's pretty fancy.
I'm using the wrong software.
Yeah, for real.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed, sir.
You don't have the Hobbs and Friends Ultimate Edition you get for being.
Yeah, Joe, the guy who runs that, I see him at all the conventions, and he said, "Here's this special rendition just for you, sir."
Oh wow.
I can't, be patient, but I can give you the special code for your mapping.
Naguna's here. He's gonna try to find what's the road between Barth and Agatha, what dangers there are expected on the route.
So there is a path, but it is through Badlands, and this would you guys would easily be able to find that. And that is, first of all, I think, are you leaving Tritons to do that, or are you just in the bar itself?
No, it's just at the Triton.
I'd like to maybe speak to some of the people in the bar, the locals, maybe find out some rumors about the road, the water, what's safest.
Probably the bartender or the wenches, so they can.
So most of the time, whenever you mention Agata, it is said that it seems like everyone in the area is going to Agata to join the great caravan and look for any of the riches that the merchant prince Solemnikov might offer them to join. So expect it to be full. Most of the boats are paid for already for passage, And the road is dangerous. It's rife with beastmen, and many caravans have been lost.
My character doesn't like this. My player does.
Yeah. Sounds brutal.
I'm not relishing the idea of going over water, but
It seems the safest.
Well, knowing
You
how
said all the
plenty of slavers.
all passage to Agata are full right now.
or they're
Yeah.
almost full.
That's the word.
Okay.
Maybe
Unless
we-
we
Okay.
unless we have to bribe somebody for
Yeah. Bribe someone or
Buy
money.
pay a fisherman or something.
sneak on.
Yeah.
I don't think my character would do.
That's like 100 miles. I don't think
Oh,
a fisherman's
yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
sail down the coast 100 miles.
And
Yeah, they'd have to have a lot of money, I would think.
The fisherman, you probably make shit.
Maybe we could hire on as like Marines to
Okay.
a boat, like a coaster or something
yeah, that's a good idea. Same thing with it.
to protect them. Same thing with and alternatively, we could look for a small caravan going south to Agata to then join with a bigger caravan.
I could just
Okay.
sneak aboard a ship.
I like this plan.
You could, but as we mentioned, for some purpose that you've decided, you choose to hang out with these people.
I agreed to work with Gabriel. Yep.
I mean, and even going on the water, we'd likely be hiring on sailors as seamen. So I don't know if I don't know how many people have that skill or have that skill set. I mean, we could try and,
Well,
Do not
I would
mistake
hire on
me
as
for a conjurer of cheap tricks. I am no seaman.
and I have no sea legs, so
Nice.
Well, I mean,
well,
way to go.
it's probably not something too difficult for us to handle.
I trust Aya to find us a
aren't you
secure.
Argonauts? Aren't you like net sailors by birth?
Yeah, I would think we're kind of handy with that.
Not necessarily. You could, because there's maybe on the river, because you got to remember it's along the river.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm giving the Argonauts a hard time. Being a
Serenians are coastal, but more, Maori or whatever. So you think of like outrigger boats, then.
Sure. Well,
And I'm glad you're giving them a hard time. They deserve.
I'll start trying to locate. See it. We're in the bar, right? So
Yep.
see if anyone's any caravans are going out.
okay.
Start asking around about caravans or traders going south.
I would rather die in the hot, pure sand than dirty my hands with tarred rope and filthy sail like a common river rat.
Jeez. Alrighty.
Stay in your tower, Your Majesty.
Tell us how you really feel about it. Okay. I'm all
I think
about
I spent
caravans.
those years in college to work with my hands like a slave.
So it's going to be. It seems like there is people gathering up to head across. They must feel similarly as you, or had difficulty finding purchase for getting a boat across to Agata. But it's going to be at least a week to 10 days before the caravan would gather.
we'll miss the big caravan.
No, the big caravan's months away.
Oh, okay.
And that isn't necessarily a focus of this particular campaign, unless you guys want it to be. It's going to take months for that caravan of that size to gather itself. But if you guys have to stay here for a week, I don't know what your monetary situation is.
I think waiting would be terrible.
Oh, what's the cost of living like, Hobbs?
Could we work? I mean, during that time, or explore?
Or steal?
You could probably do any of those things.
I mean, we could find out information the whole time that we.
Yeah. Are there any interesting adventure sites near here? Any ruins? Any crazy wizards? Any missing princesses?
Princesses would be unlikely, as you guys are, like I said, way off in the frontier, really. There is the palace there. Whatever I name that guy.
Okay, yeah, right. Maybe he has some royal tasks for us to attend to.
Who's just gonna walk up to the palace and be like, "Give me some jobs, yo."
No, I'll go up to the. So I'm assuming we're still at the.
Tritons.
Is that a tavern or an inn?
It's both. Actually, it's kind of a tall 3-story building, but the entrance into the tavern is actually stairs leading down into a half like sub-cellar almost, and then so there's almost like 3 stories above it because it's a small. It isn't that big, but it's tall.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
I like the entry to this deep under the ground. Well,
Yeah.
I will go speak to the innkeeper and or the barkeep and ask if there's any information or any local rumors or information that maybe we could go explore something, or if anyone is in need of help, or if he even needs a hired hand to work while we stay in town.
In need of help and has coin, you mean?
Yep.
Why don't you roll? Whoever wants to do that, make a reaction roll first off.
What are your charisma bonuses, friendos?
Ooh, mine's -2.
I've got a +1.
Well, don't let that stop you. You said you wanted to go up there, so you should still make a reaction roll.
I'm still gonna.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Yep.
Mine's +1, but I'm not involved.
Probably
Alright,
go.
Wait, actually, mine might be +2. I don't remember.
All right.
Charisma is much more difficult.
So it's a
Got an 8.
That's an 8. That's pretty good.
Just rule book open. Well, poop.
Probably be like, any of you long shanks have anything you need help with?
Yeah, so the people of Uther are known for their religion and hard work. So they're staunch believers. And Lord Protector Alexei Zakar is as much near zealot or the living embodiment of what Ark and Animar should be.
Aminar is their chief deity here.
Yes.
That's the lawgiver, right?
Is he cross-cultural? I mean, what is there a particular culture that worships Arkin more than another, or is that just he's very dominant?
Yeah, he's very dominant. These mostly the guy for many of them there are similar. So the known world is kind of in this. We're kind of edging off of that, but there are some other gods that some of the other cultures on the fringes might worship, like the Anthris or the Nordborn. And they say in the I don't know if it's Caramon League or the Christian League. I get them mixed up sometimes, which is more.
Okay.
Did that help? I guess I kind of wandered around there.
Well, I think what the question I'm skirting is, I know Samoria is the same or has relations to Arkin and Rome, but is that true for all the gods? Is it like one pantheon, or is it like they're all their own, I guess?
Mostly one pantheon across cultures, but there are other gods that have been around or forgotten or risen and fallen again or whatever.
Okay.
All right. So where are we starting? Who's did the first check here?
I rolled an 8.
All right. So, interesting. He says, it's not the first time I've seen one of you whorehammers about. The last group discovered a strange gemstone in the Morta Downs, and when they returned, they all spoke in tongues.
Whoa.
In what downs?
Morta.
Look at the map.
That sounds mildly interesting.
Spoken tongues, huh?
Do any of these people that have witnessed this strange gemstone, do they live in town?
They don't. He doesn't know. He's like, I just saw him come in. We didn't see a stone, but that was just rumor. They had some locals with them that came up, but I haven't seen them around.
Did they dress this particular way? Are they outsiders?
No, they were some local. Maybe that would make more sense if they weren't local. We will say they were. They were some flamboyantly dressed fresh travelers.
Interesting.
And did they discovered this gemstone and brought it back?
That's what they said. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I say we offer free drinks to any man who's seen these fresh travelers, and tell us about it.
Okay.
Is that it? You guys are done talking now?
No, I mean, if is there anything else?
Well, that's all you found out.
How long have we been in town, Hobbs?
You guys pretty much just got into town. This is your first night after arriving in town.
Okay. Who are the roughest looking people in the bar?
Probably you losers.
I'll go up to the next roughest looking person, and I'll buy him some ale, and I'll slam it down next to him and say, if a lady was looking to get in trouble, where's the place you should go around here?
Ooh.
So you're trying to find some locals, or
yeah, locals, or anyone that's been in town more than me.
So this. Let's see. The way that I had envisioned it, so if you guys would have come into town with a small caravan, you would have come up through this road here.
Okay.
Through Outtown, which is it's like kind of obviously some outer villages. It's out here. There's some crops, and there's likely a tavern out there. You saw that this construction of these buildings was more haphazard compared to the rest. This looks more like where the townies probably live, Uthrin, and there was a large church over here.
Okay. Basically, I was looking for where any thieves or other ruffians of my like might hang out, and I was going to go BS with them.
Well, as you are aware, most of the Uthrim aren't really involved in more of that type of activities because it's their laws against that sort of thing are more stringent than in other locations. Although this is kind of a rough area, it's not usually people robbing each other by pickpocketing or something. It would be more like trying to take their claim of their mine or something like that.
I guess my personal guess then would be that I'd have more luck with
in this area, the foreign quarter or Outtown. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any bars in the foreign quarter? Did I ask anybody?
Yes, there is indeed.
Okay. Well, don't worry, I won't deprive you of your coin. I still bought that guy a drink.
All right. So an ale is 3 copper pieces. There's 10 copper pieces and a silver piece, 10 silver pieces and a gold piece.
I'll note it. All right. So I would like to personally go check out the foreign quarter bar and go and see if I can drum up some info for us there.
I'd like to do something different because I would like to go down to the wharf and see if we can hire on as a group of Marines or heavies on the trip down. We can pay and carry our weight on a coaster.
That's the name of the tavern that you find, the High Counselor in the foreign quarter.
That's a good bar name.
Possibly a parody. I heard you, Karl. I was just finishing that up.
Okay, I heard a pause, so I wanted to jump in.
Yeah, no problem. I was thinking up this as I was putting it in. All right, so how long are you guys planning on staying in town, I guess, is the question. How long are you going to spend down there, Karl, before? You are obviously quite a foreigner, but you also are cutting an imposing figure.
Yeah. Well, I just want to go down there and see if we can get passage because it's better to. My goal is to keep going west, so at the moment. So I want to see if we can get passage. If not, I'd like to get out of town.
All right, so why don't you roll a reaction roll?
Right.
Yeah, you're already fairly familiar with how wharfs work, so you would just have to maybe go and find someone in charge, the harbor master or whatever. So make a reaction roll.
Yep. They hate me.
Yeah. So when you show up, you see a bald three finger. He's missing 3 fingers on his left hand, and he's known as the wharf master Luca. And he kind of spits when he eyes you. Serenian, is it? There's nothing here. All of them are gone. Be gone with you. Get away from my wharf. You smell of goats.
I spit back at his feet and go.
He seems like
you
he
have
might have.
You have 3 fingers. How about you lose some more next time?
Are you trying to cause some trouble? He kind of eyes around, looking at the porters about who, obviously they're not going to kill you, but they would try to rough you up some, and obviously doing much else would probably land you in some serious trouble.
Yep. Like how many?
It looks like 5.
Yeah. So
Throw him to the Kraken.
Wow.
all right. I'll leave for now.
So here we'll do this. Aya is up there.
It's like that. What module is that? Oh, it's in
Uto is there.
Yeah. Seeing no luck there. There's a caravanserai marketplace?
Yeah, there is. Let me go on to some other guys first. Okay, so Ulamataz, you have not done anything. Is there anything that you wish to do, or are you just hanging out at the Triton as Elmore, son of Arkin of the Whorehammer clan, messes around at the bar?
Me?
Let the simpletons have their pleasure. A worthy task will come to us.
Is that a no? What about Nebuchadnezzar?
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
He's probably hanging there, waiting for Aya to come back and with some news, some good news about our trip to Agata.
All right. What about Brizella? That's not how I say it, is it?
Perseus?
Briseis? Oh, yeah. It was too small. I couldn't read it. I should write that down somewhere else. Right. Yeah, what's Briseis doing?
Well, I mean, these Arcanites that are around, I mean, does my goddess have a beef? Does the lioness have a beef with the...
No, I mean...
Not really?
No, I don't necessarily believe in that whole heavy zealotry with any specific god. Most of the time, you're just going to follow along with all the gods, but that some people may, beholden to one over the others. So the church probably goes to the majority of that pantheon.
Okay, so I don't have anything to be worried about. I guess maybe that's my.
You shouldn't, unless there are some weirdos. Maybe there's always weirdos. These Uthram are considered, northern hard asses, very, just above savages.
Okay, fair enough. So this caravan that we're hearing about, I want to know more about that. I want to try to find out more details about it, and I know some of my compatriots are seeking out other solutions, but I kind of want to know if I can find a contact of somebody that's can give more details about when that's happening, where to go, all that kind of stuff. Without angering anybody at any Arcanites. That's kind of what I was worried about, but that's probably not a concern.
Probably not.
Okay.
So Keisha of Taurus is the caravan master.
Okay. I'd find this person?
Well, you would have to obviously go look, but you find out who it is that's leading the group, and then you would have to go and look them up. It looks like a good spot might be that open area that's just because you can see here that there's like a large ledge here that kind of goes over to where a lot of the townies are and where that leads up to the church.
Okay.
Caravanseries will often like kind of settle up here and maybe like north of the wharf on this outside panel before they head out of town.
Okay, I'll look to my colleagues. I guess Nabonidus and Elmore are here with me.
Yeah.
I asked them to join me.
And Ulamataz.
And Unamataz. I'll ask them to join.
Not
join
an Ulamakata, but Ulamataz.
Ulamataz. I will ask
That's
them.
right, Thaddeus?
Ulamataz.
Thaddeus not around? All right.
I don't know.
He's muted. He's too busy being a wizard. He doesn't have time for our nonsense.
No, he
Summon
doesn't.
the mighty Umataz.
I'm asking you and a couple others to come with me to find the caravan leader that I just found out about. See if we can talk to him, while the others seek out other venues for us.
I will follow you only because you are from Argos.
And I say some quippy Argonite anthem in response.
All right. So back to.
Oh,
Sorry. Go ahead. Did you have something else to say?
yeah, probably follow her because she's pretty.
Okay.
All right. Now we know
Your
more
hand-
about that sect at the tower.
Keep your hands
I at the tower have always been a pretty face has always persuaded them.
Those round hats
Jeez.
or cylinder hats and cone hats.
Fierce rivalry indeed.
I like this.
All right. So what are we doing up at the High Counselor?
Okay, can you describe it for me? Is it just a dive bar?
It's not as divey as you might expect. It seems like compared to Argo or the other city-states of that area, the laws and precepts of how you have to keep your area is better because you get such a large different brash of people here. All right, so it seems like the owner is a man of intelligence and wit. For he did name the place what he did, and he is a. Let me see here. Let me see what his name is. So, Chemishite is lagging. Let's use one of these tools here. Oh, here we go. So yeah, his name is Pavlis.
Pavlis?
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Oh, all right. Okay, so I sidle up to the bar and I set down coin and I say, I hope your ale's as good as your bar's name.
Well, we are in the middle of fucking nowhere, so the ale's about as good as it's gonna be.
Well, I'll take what I can get. And I slide the copper across to him.
1 copper?
I know that you said how much? 3 copper for a drink, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll slide in 4 copper. And so, how about the information? How good is that?
No better in town, unless you only pay in copper.
I've got silver and a gold if I cough it up. But, I'd have to go outside and drink a lot more to get that.
So he offered,
And
how much did you give him? 3 copper?
I give him 4 copper.
Okay, so he offered you some rye porridge with the mug of beer.
Oh, sure. I imagine I haven't eaten yet. So basically, I'm looking to gather information on any like happenings in the area, caravans going south, or any like strange things going on, like rumors or like weird locations going on. Basically, any adventuring locales, things like that, or any rumors.
So why don't you make a roll?
Reaction roll, cool. If I tip him well, can I get a bonus to that?
Maybe. Are you tipping him well?
If he's giving me good information, I'll slide him a silver.
Well, we don't know what the information is until you have to decide if you're going to tip him and see
when
how
he-
he reacts,
All
right?
right. When he mentions that comment about silver, I will slide him a silver piece.
A silver piece. All right, so he mentions, I'm not sure what sort of things you're interested in.
Okay, I say, I'm always looking to get in trouble, although I know that's not how you do things around here. But my friends and I are looking to go south, and the caravan is a long wait. Anything that would make it worth my trouble would be welcome.
Almost anyone knows that Kesha of Terrace is preparing a caravan with any of the stragglers still heading for the Merchant Lord Slemnikov's great caravan.
Oh, yes, I'm aware.
You don't seem like the type that would be interested in that. Perhaps you'd be more interested in Cibitar.
Ah, Cibitar, tell me about this.
He kind of nods over to a dark-skinned, hooded form near a table. She's been seeking help for a problem.
I suppose I'll have to ask Cibitar about this problem. Okay, I'll thank Pavlos.
All right, she's Nikosin.
Ah. Okay. I said, give me another. What is she drinking? If I look over,
She looks like she has a nicer glass.
I said, give me 2 of what she's drinking.
That'd be 4 silver pieces.
All right, I'll knock off the 5 silvers.
You guys aren't going to be able to live here very long. All right. So you can do that. Now, what is Hutto doing? He does spot the part of your group heading south through the great arch there as you're leaving the wharf. They look like they're wandering around in this kind of tent area and some wooden buildings along the wharf.
I'll go catch up with them. I don't want to cause any trouble, especially by myself. Do they follow? They don't follow or anything?
Look at these hovels.
No, they don't follow you. They just didn't want you messing around.
Yeah.
Only humans would live in houses made of wood.
Some humans live underground.
That's fine, Justin. I don't know how to send that back. Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. No, no, right.
I like that. If you like that, that's fine with me. Okay, so why don't we see what Elmore is doing now?
I am following them. So
you went with them as well.
That was
So
what talking
okay.
about wooden houses.
All right, so the whole group is out here looking for Kesha of Taras.
Indeed.
Nice. Well, it seems like you shouldn't have too much trouble finding Kesha, or at least someone involved with Kesha. What's your intention here?
Finding out details of his travels, what his plans are, and if he needs any additional guards or scouts or all of the above for his trip.
So you basically find someone who must be an underling of Kesha's named Droff.
Groth.
I'm going to put it in here for you. Droff. And he is like an underling. He's like, well, Tesha is busy now. Come back in the morning and you can apply. And he gives you a token. Oh, yeah, I wanted to do that. He basically, that right now, we're only accepting qualified members of the Merchants Guild, he says. You guys all make an intelligence roll.
Okay.
So let me see. Yeah, all of you guys can. All 5 of you.
Oh man, Hobbs, thank you for telling me how to disable that annoying sound.
You're welcome. All right, so if you made it, the person who you want to be lowest but as close to your intelligence as possible. It looks like what's Hutto's intelligence, Karl?
Oh, he missed it. He has an 11. I just
All right, so he wasn't sure, but both this is great. Both of the Tower of Magi are well aware that these sorts of underlings can often be bribed. So Thaddeus and what the fuck?
Huto.
Nabu Nasir.
Yeah, no, I could say that now. I was looking for Thaddeus's name, a Kalamuto or something. Put your name down in the bottom, Thaddeus.
Okay.
So I can look at it.
Ulamataz.
Ulamataz, that's it. So yeah, the Tower of Magi is commonly at odds with each other, but one of their laws is that they can never harm anyone directly, even if they're in other groups of the Tower of Magi.
Oh.
So yeah, the cylinders can never attack the conicals, but they always want to outdo them in their councils.
So it's like
in their congregations,
like the house cup. I love it. That's pretty great. Swish and flick.
I lean next to Bryce's.
Perseus.
Okay, Perseus, and whisper her, show him some coin.
I thought you were going to say something else.
These dirty dogs only know nothing but the sweet taste of greed. All right, so
so you're not at a table; you're just kind of outside this building. But that works. Yeah, maybe there's like a barrel there, and Ulamataz can just like throws 5 gold out and drop quickly.
Man, Vito's going to roll initiative to grab some of that gold. No, I'm just kidding.
So
+3.
Good thing I'm not there.
Okay.
He's like, I will most certainly get you in. In fact, if
you'll do more than that.
Well, if I could perhaps get you in touch with someone in the foreign quarter that could allow you some papers and notations of official guild work.
There's much more where that came from, so be quick about it.
Oh, I like that.
I love the Dick Hall magician. This is great.
It is great.
All right, very, very well then. Perhaps come by in the morning and I will get you a personal attendance with Tesha.
You may address me as Master.
Master, I will.
Thaddeus takes charge.
Without question.
We should get that name anyway. For the papers.
Yeah, so he basically scoops off the gold, and you guys can remember where this building is on the wharf without problems for the morning.
I mean, it's safe to assume that they can forge other documents as well.
Who?
The forgers.
Is that not the case?
That's probably safe to assume that.
Okay. I shall inform Aya when we see her again. She probably wants to know about that.
Does anyone know where Aya was going?
Oh, snuck off.
Alas, poor Aya. We barely knew you.
She's doing her own thing. It's all good.
I think he was playing in character.
He was, exactly.
This is role playing, fellows. All right, Aya, What do we got going on here? Are you?
Yeah, I just bought a drink for myself and my new friend Civitar.
Scimitar the Nicosin.
Yeah, so I walk over to her carrying the 2 glasses. I finished my porridge and drink while I'm talking to the innkeeper or tavern keeper. And after I order these 2 nice drinks that she's drinking, I walk over to her and I set one down next to her and I set the other down next to myself and sit across from her. And I said, "Pardon me, my friend from the jungles. Might I interrupt you for a moment and a free drink?"
So she seems to glance momentarily at the bar and then eyes you back, pushes her drink to the side. What is it? She has a husky, feminine voice. The tinges of an accent of a distant land.
So, well, Thaddeus told me that you were seeking assistance, and my name is Aya, first off, and I am quite skilled at the finer arts of dexterity, if you understand me. And my friends and I are newly arrived in town, and we're trying to head south to the city. And I was told you were in need of assistance that we might be able to provide.
She kind of chuckles slightly. Are you a courtesan? When you said that?
No.
Not at this time.
When you said that you were of the hands.
The finer arts of dexterity. The other kind.
Good with your hands.
Oh my goodness.
Such a shameless display.
All right, then.
Get thee to a brothel.
I can't say that I'm happy with Pavlis telling everyone of my intentions, but it is true I do have needs that I am incapable of satisfying.
Yeesh.
All right, calm down, Peanut Gallery. We're playing an adventure game.
Hey guys, hang on. I'm listening. I have to take care of something really quick.
Sure.
Hey, why don't we take 5 minutes because I got to rest. I got to take a pee. I got to rest.
Poopy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got to hit a bio.
Number 2s. Go for it, dude.
I'll do that.
And I also wanted to show off my awesome avatar by Luca
Nice.
Reyes.
Oh, yeah. And while we're taking a break, folks that are listening, the Nicosans are ebony-skinned, strong tribal folk and rarely leave their tribal demesnes in the jungles along the equator. So that's very interesting. This is an interesting person.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So do you know, Craig, or, well, Jason can answer it, but maybe we can inform any watchers. So this is the same world as Kalmata.
Correct.
Where is Kalmata on the map? Do you know?
Far, far away.
I actually do, because Hobbs pointed out the other night. If you look at my screen on the Emergent Empires map I've got up.
Yeah.
Big map?
Yep, I've got it up on my screen right there. Kamata is where I'm pointing my mouse cursor right now.
Oh.
It's this island off the coast of Mexico.
Really far away from where we are.
We're here, the north tip of this lake, and it's all the way over there. It's on the other side of the world.
Yep. Very nice.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Well, there you go, listeners, watchers
and listeners.
Do we have any watchers?
I don't know. Maybe. I could jump on there real quick. Hold on. Zip. There we go.
I posted it in the Anchor at Discord.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I don't know if you did. We should.
Oh, you should. Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean... Oh, wait. My son is signed into Google. Dang it. Sign out. All right. Let's see here. Sign in again. Okay. It's soccer time. All right, here we go. Oh, that's terrifying. Jason Hobbs.
So, what kind of work have you artist folks been up to lately?
Well, I've been lucky to get some pretty decent gigs. I just did a bunch of illos for Greg Gillespie's High Fell book. And
sweet. That's his mega dungeon?
Yeah, that was fun. He's a cool dude to work for. And I guess I can talk about that now. And then I'm working on something for Axe. There's a new Axe book coming out. And
Oh, nice.
I did some illustrations for James Mal's zine that's coming out.
Yeah, you told me about that one. I didn't know about the others.
Yeah, so, and then I'm also being commissioned by Mr. Cody to do some token art. He wants to have a collection of tokens for characters and stuff. So I'm very happy to do that. And I would like to get off my butt at some point and sell stuff on Roll20 because that seems to be a good little market.
Yeah, it'd be neat to put those tokens up there.
Wow. Roll20. Is Roll20 is it a robust market for artists?
It seems that way. There was a map that Paul Wolf used the other day that was really nice, and that's what kind of got me tuned into it because I didn't realize it was as healthy a little place for, I can certainly see sitting down and making some maps. And
do you do maps too?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm not as good as Justin.
Yeah, I was asking Justin, what was new in the art world? So I follow you on. I keep up with your Patreon, Justin. So I know kind of what you're up to. But in the art world.
Yeah, I need to get off my. I guess I do a Patreon too. I need to. I don't know. I'm happy with just doing the freelance for now, and eventually I'll get that going.
Yeah, I actually stopped doing freelance because of Broadsword, but it's just
right. You're busy.
The Patreon thing's sweet. I got tired of doing what other people wanted me to do.
See, I'm gonna have to pick your brain because that would be my ultimate goal.
But it
took
a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It took a long time. So but whenever you get it started, or if you get it started, let me know and I'll shop you. I'll post you around and everything.
Thank you. Yeah, I need to do that. It's a hard leap, that's a big.
Yeah, but I was doing freelance and Patreon for a long time.
Right.
And Broadsword, actually, my buddy that's doing Broadsword, writing it, honestly, he is the one who, he gave me a huge bump. So
right.
It was, although you could do, I've never actually done this, but I've seen that you can, what is it? You can pay people. I never even knew you could do this. You can pay people apparently to give you 3,000 on Instagram, people on Instagram or something crazy like that.
Oh, right.
I don't know what that's even about.
Wow.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yep, you sure can pay people to get likes and follows on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been home growing that for a while. I try to follow only artists and
I do,
all that kind of stuff. I'm not entirely, but mostly.
Yeah, for the most part.
And then just I haven't been slacking with that, but I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I've been doing lately that I can't. Share. I'm not allowed to share yet. Yeah, but I will as soon as I can. Yeah,
that's the other reason too, because you can't share it.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of NDA stuff,
Yep, exactly. So, but I enjoy it, and that's
awesome.
It's great, and it's keeping me busy.
That's awesome. Well, the Dyson Logos' case. He still runs his Patreon, and I think he does a lot of freelance. So if that ever happens, I'll hit up freelance again at some point.
Yeah, he's got the big name though, right? I guess big name for old school scene, but
he's been cultivating that for a long time.
Yeah,
and he's a very cool guy. and he like runs Warhammer, which is great.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, he's still running it. I think it's on Discord. I missed out on it, but he's a super cool guy about it.
Warhammer Fantasy.
Yep, first edition. He
Wow.
did
Very
the
cool.
oh man, what's the big campaign?
Enemy Within.
Yes, he did. He ran Enemy Within. Like it's so great. It's been going on for a few months now. Yeah, so I don't know how he has time to do that. He's a huge multitasker, and he's a very nice
That
guy.
guy pees out maps.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I still use some of his one-page stuff all the time with my college students. The Goblin's Gully. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Check it out. He's got these great little first-level one-pagers, and I mean, they're just huge time savers, man.
That's cool.
So,
do you teach college, Craig?
I do. I'm a professor at Kennesaw State University here in Atlanta, and it's fun. And I tell my other gamer friends, what's so funny about it is they're all 5e fanatics. Like they're all like in their early 20s or whatever. But when I run games for them, I'm not 5e, very 5e proficient. I mean, I've read the rules and I've played in games. I've never ran it. And I just run BX. They don't know. And like I let them play their 5e characters and stuff. And I let them keep their feats and all their powers and all that stuff. And it works like a charm every time. Yeah. They have no idea. I mean, just the rules, they don't really, like many, I mean, this is nothing new, right? I mean, they're all into their characters and their character design and development. They don't really read the rest of the rules very much.
Yeah. They care about their character abilities.
Exactly. So it works out great. And I'm running with 10, 12 people at a time. And it's awesome. I ran them through B2. And they cleared out the whole wilderness area, and they actually did the lizard men. It was so awesome. They approached it and were like, okay, these guys seem kind of dangerous. We're not going to fight them. And they went and found the giant spiders and the elf shield, and then came back and they took the legs of the spiders they killed and roasted them and gave them to the lizard men. And made friends with them, and I was like, "This is great." So it was awesome. They really pick up on this stuff like really fast, and it's fun.
That's cool, man. I
had a good time.
I work at like a boarding school, high school.
Okay.
And we're a public school. We're really weird. We're like an elite mathematics, science, boarding school, public school for Illinois.
Nice.
In the Chicago area. And I run. I'm like the adult person in charge of our D&D and gaming club.
Nice.
And like Magic and D&D and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I ran 16 kids through Tomb of the Serpent Kings.
Holy
nice.
I had another kid help me, and this is why it was great because we were using BX, or it was Basic Fantasy, which is just BX, with the Ascending Armor class and the Racing class separated, but it's BX. And I gave him BX, and he doesn't play BX; he plays 5th edition. So he just ran it because it's so simple. He just ran it like 5e, and I ran mine like BX, and we split the group in half, and everybody had a blast. And
there you go.
Do you know how to play D&D? Do you know how to run D&D? You're good to go.
Yeah. I totally have had the same experience, and it's great. And I just, as long as they're rolling dice and having a good time, and it's plausible.
Oh yeah, I mean,
with it.
Heresy apostates.
I knew Thaddeus was going to say.
He's listening to this blasphemy and
what is this Frankenstein garbage you're talking about?
I've
actually entertained the idea of what if you took all the races from 5e and like did racist class. That would be really interesting. But none of my students would care. They'd just be like, whatever.
What were you
doing? Reluctance on the part of younger players to assume dungeon mastering duties, Craig?
No,
Like they're like, well, we need you to run this because we don't want to.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not true. I heard. I didn't see this happen, but I did. There was one young lady who actually did run a game, but I wasn't involved, and I didn't hear anything about it. I need to dig on that because I hope it went well, and I really did try to encourage that. The ones that were interested, because I showed them, Dyson stuff.
Mhm.
And like, God, there's so many resources out there, and unfortunately, Google Plus isn't around anymore. But
Yeah.
I showed them a bunch of forums and stuff. I was like, guys, you don't have to do much work. You just have to research and organize your ideas. That's all. So
My number one gripe about 5e is just how fast you heal. And I understand you can make it more lethal, but it just seems like you heal really fast, right? Just a short rest a long rest and you're back to full hit points.
Yeah, I run a 5e game for some teachers I work with because that's only what people play, and I just use the harsh resting rules.
right.
Yeah, you can't. There's some like options, and then like I'm running a game at my FLGS, a 5th edition game, but it's like set in 17th century North America, the French colonization. It's called Beast of the Dead, and he has like a whole rule set for making it a bit more lethal. The long rest. Like a long rest is a week basically.
Yeah,
a short rest is a day.
Yeah,
right, so
That's great.
And to answer your question to Craig, if you don't mind, Thaddeus, because I work with a lot of young people, I have noticed actually a lot of willingness to DM. And like one kid, I gave him for his graduation present recently. I just gave him a copy of BX, and
awesome.
like I was letting him borrow some of my zines for a while. He had my copy through Ultan's store, Ben L zine for a while, and he and his friends were playing with that.
That's great.
And other kids have been learning to DM. So it's been really cool. Lots of kids are wanting to learn how to DM, and they seem to like the old school style too.
Well, this weekend, my
And I have the added advantage of all these kids I run for are animation students. So what they're trying to do is, I know one in particular, her name's Lucy. She is a really good draftsman. Like she's got a really great style and can draw really well. They're trying to do like animatics of gameplay, which I'm like, do it, because that's getting eyeballs, man. I mean, just do it and do it consistently, and then do it without me, because I can't. I'd like to be able to run more games, but I really can't. I'm like, run your own games, make these animatics, show off your drawing skills and animation. It's like it's just a storyboard, really, and it's an animated storyboard. They're just stills, and you just throw an audio, some voiceovers on top of it, and a lot of game sessions are being done like that now. It just saves time because you don't have to actually do frame-to-frame animation or anything like that. You're just showing maybe a couple things, but it's really just just like drawings in a sequence along with some audio. So a lot of D&D games are like that now, and they're.
Hey, Brasco.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear Gabriel when he talks?
Probably not.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I noticed that.
And I was like, that's not like Brasco.
I apologize because.
Are you guys ready to play or what?
Let me refresh because this damn Google technology sucks ass.
Sorry. Refreshing. I wanted to hear your statement, Gabriel.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I just didn't care.
No one cares. I'm like, hey, can we play now? Nope, we're busy.
We're having a good conversation.
Yeah, your conversation's great, but F off.
Okay. Hey, I accept that.
All right, so is everyone back? For whatever reason, I can't even find the hangout that we're supposed to be in.
Brasco's refreshing so he can hear Gabriel.
Is this it? Nope, that's not it.
You can hear me now, right?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you. Brasco hasn't refreshed it.
It was Brasco that couldn't hear you, apparently. Is everyone here? I don't even know what happened to my dang.
I'm here.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody minus Craig.
I can't see the original hangout for some reason. Maybe I shut it off.
Well, I was going to say, before Brasco interrupted me. This weekend, my 8-year-old son, he ran a dungeon for me and for my wife,
Cool.
That's cool.
and
The board
he
game.
drew it, and he also drew the character sheets and gave us one to each. You can be whatever you want, he said. So she made a like a fighter and a mega dwarf, and there was a shop outside of the dungeon where you could buy like a knife, empty bottles of water, and bottles of orange juice, and coins from the future.
That's awesome.
And then you went in, and this stone falls behind you and seals the entrance. So now you're trapped in the dungeon, and there were like some rooms on one side, some cages on the other side, and a huge door with two skulls and a keypad, right? So we decided to go to explore the doors. We found a huge spider with beetle mandibles and a scorpion tail.
Nice.
So there was like a fight. We threw the dice. It's like there was like, okay, you have to roll more than whatever. Okay, we defeated the spider. We took the scorpion tail. Then we went to the next room, and there was a voice that appears and telling us things, like guiding us or giving hints about what's going on. And we were exploring the place because there were some tremors or earthquakes on the nearby village. So that place was the origin, and we went there to explore them. So then we found like a room that has all these spikes on the walls, and the walls, if you enter, the walls will crush you.
Wow.
And then there was another room with a map. No, there was a black painting on the wall, and two tables, and we were exploring the like looking at the painting, and then some goblins came from under the table.
Sneaky dog.
Yeah. So
Alright, sorry about that.
we went then to explore the cages. They were full of like bones, and when there were shiny things among the bones, and when you went in to explore to take them, the bones like they rearrange, right, and came alive. But when you went out of the cage, the bones like start the skeletons start throwing the bones outside, and then they rearrange outside.
Oh wow!
And began that was one of the best ideas.
That's cool.
Your 8-year-old
Pretty
son
cool.
designed and ran this dungeon.
Yeah, and when you defeated one skeleton, the other ones like grabbed the bones and attached them to itself,
That's
right?
awesome. That's
So
great.
there were like many. It was great. I mean, yeah. When then we found we found something like it wasn't a key. I don't remember. No, we went to fight another. Went to another room. There was a minotaur, and we
Nice.
defeated the minotaur. And I took the horns and put them on my helm. And he said, "Okay, now you got a bonus strength."
That's great.
Because they were from the minotaur. And we found this the key, and we opened the door, and there was this huge black being with like a kabuki head that he had drawn. It was great.
That's neat. Okay.
All right. Is everyone here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You have to do better, Hobbs. After this.
Apparently.
No, it's not his fault.
Gabriel's son, man.
It's the dang. Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently. All right. So anyway, where were we?
I was talking to the Nicosin in the bar, and she was about to tell me of her troubles. and then you had to pee. So I guess that was her troubles.
All right, her troubles are I have to pee. No, what her troubles actually are is she is seeking something in I don't know where I wrote it. Anyway, she says she needs some help. There is a shrine outside. Who the heck is RADELC?
Pardon?
RADLC.
Yeah, it's the person who was watching. Anyway,
I don't know.
RADELC, thanks for watching. I don't know the answer.
I posted it on the MeWe. Maybe.
Oh, did you? Oh, awesome.
Anyhow,
Thanks for
anyhow, let's move on. I actually, here's where I put it. Oh,
Yes.
apparently not. Well, I'll just make it up again. All right, so she says that she had she was sort of waiting around here, but the people who she'd sent off, she'd expected them to be back by now. And she mentions the pit of Vitash.
Pit of Vitash.
Okay. Tell me about this pit.
It's near the center of some standing stones near the Anvil Hills.
Very good.
And what is it?
It's the pit. It said a ruin lies beneath.
And you had sent men there, and you need them back. Is that what you're asking help with?
No, I sent them there for something specific, but they have not yet returned.
And so, are you looking for the people or the thing back?
Well, all I really need is the thing, and I can give you a map to the location. And all I wish is the item, and I can offer you 100 gold pieces for it.
Wow.
Oh, well, this is a very tempting offer. I suppose you do not mind if I consult my companions first.
Oh, you aren't alone?
Oh, I have 5 companions. We are a fearsome adventuring force, fully equipped.
Then surely you'll have no problems.
And surely we'll want to renegotiate, but I will not do that alone.
Well, here, I will give you this bag of 10 gold pieces. Perhaps you should enjoy yourselves in case, similarly to the last group, you befall the same fate.
Yeah, a signing bonus. I take it happily. Thank her, and then go off to tell my friends.
All right, so were you guys headed back to Triton's?
Yeah, I'll go look for them in Triton's.
I was asking the other guys if they were also headed back to Triton's.
I mean, we have to wait.
I thought we were going to go to the Born Quarter, right?
Oh, to
For
get
the
the
forging.
documentation.
I guess we'll see each other on the way.
Oh, no, this guy said he was going to gather all that.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
Yeah,
We'll go back to Triton's then.
Yeah,
we just have to wait.
the guy you were talking to, Draft, basically he said, oh, this is enough. That basically what he is saying is he's going to get you in and say that you guys had those, but you could also purchase some if you so desired. But, come back in the morning and you'll have a personal audience
Wonderful.
with Keisha.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This might be a little premature. When we find about the Nikoshan, I mean, isn't that odd that a Nikoshan would be here? Why would she be here and not in the her jungle?
Why aren't you guys in Argos or?
Well, I mean,
or
I'm just thinking.
Men in Kalmara.
I'm thinking. I thought they were more secretive and more reclusive people.
many of them are.
Okay, but not this particular person, I guess. Okay.
That would be something maybe you could talk to her over an intimate dinner.
Yeah, that is interesting. It's intriguing. That's all.
Oh, nice. So you are going to steal from the group. Nice. Very nice. Anyhow, so you guys, at the time that you're coming up through the Great Arch there, you can actually see the familiar form of Aya approaching from the north.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I wave to you guys and walk over. It says, I just got a good lead. I talked
Fantastic.
to a Nicosan by the name of Sibitar over at a bar in the Foreign Quarter with a rather clever name. There's some ruins near here with a very ominous name, Vitosh, near the center of some standing stones near something called the Anvil Hills. Anyway, she sent a bunch of men down there looking for something. She wouldn't say what, but it's a specific item, and she's offering 100 gold for its return. And she gave me some gold in advance, and I pull out 2 gold pieces.
Well, that's something.
So
Sounds like an interesting place.
Perhaps.
Stone.
I said, if we have to wait anyways for this caravan you were tracking down, it might be a good way to spend our time.
Sure.
And there's also the strange gemstone in the ruins of the Morta Downs.
Well, didn't they already pull the gemstone out?
Oh yeah, I guess they did. Right? Did they actually take the gemstones? That's what she said, right?
I gave you the rumor.
That's what I wrote down.
Might be more with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that seems like it's more pressing.
Well, these could be Rodashan ruins.
Well, I don't know anything about the ruins that this woman told us about, but I know that she has hard gold, and she offered me some in advance.
Yep.
I could have ran off with it. She clearly wants something that's down there and is willing to pay good money for it.
Right on. I mean, but it could just as well be, let's see, Mibishal. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Mibishal?
Yep.
Could be ruins of their culture.
They're still around. I saw some Mibishal walking down the street.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
But yes, I guess there could be necromancers anywhere where you spit or poop.
True. So I'm game for either. The ruins sound pretty amazing. Not to mention we'll get a reward, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you guys say? You want to wait to hear back from your mole about getting us passes, and then go check out the ruins for this lady in the meantime, or while we're killing time for the caravan?
I think that's the latter. Assuming, well, how much time? What time of day is it right now?
Evening.
So.
Time we go maybe
meet with the caravan people tomorrow, and hopefully
Right.
there's a delay, and then go check out these ruins if they're nearby.
Seems logical.
Yep.
now we should go to maybe enjoy some ales.
Indeed. I need to spend time praying to Iana.
All right, so you guys head back. You guys make your way into Triton's for 10 copper pieces, meaning 1 silver piece. You can have some salted sausage and whey cheese and a fine tankard of stout. To stay at Triton's, it is 3 silver pieces, and it comes with breakfast. A person.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Seems reasonable.
Sorry, how many was that?
3.
Okay.
All right, so I cannot find this sounds horrible, but I can't find the hangout that actually shows your faces. So I'm just gonna have to assume everyone's still awake and enjoying themselves.
Yes.
If they're not, if you're
Okay.
not, let me know. Oh, here's Cody
We're
Mazza.
good.
I'm awake.
Mr. Mazza.
He's watching our game and he's complaining. He's looking for Kalmata, apparently.
Oh,
All right, what he didn't realize is
Cody.
there's a story.
All I said in the Hangouts is that, or in the Discord that we're playing Emergent Empires, and he said, "Wait, what the hell?"
Ah,
Oh, he can jump here, and then we go play the Colomanto.
oh, geez. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, yeah. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do during the night?
I do want to pray. I'm not sure how that. I mean, for her, I guess that would be kind of like doing some martial practice or something.
Moving through some kata or something?
Yeah.
That's fine. Dance. That looks more like a dance or anything. Where are you
Sure.
going to do that in the practice? Do you have your room? Or?
That's the question. I guess so, because if I can't like just go outside and do that. People might get the wrong idea. Yeah. So I will go into my room and do that in private.
And there are no other dwarves here, right? I'm the only dwarf.
Good question.
The dwarves that came with you.
And they're okay, so they're still here. All right.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, if they're around, I'll drink with them for a little bit.
Okay. They're actually staying in at the Inn of the Rising Sun, which is kind of a higher end place over here inside this area, because their trade was actually with Zakar. Okay. You guys follow me?
I'll
Yeah, you're not invited into that group.
Okay.
You're not getting any extra stuff from the people you just happen to hang out with.
Oh, I'm
For
not.
whatever reason, like you were a tag along, and they said, "Yeah, you can come." And then I don't know why you broke off and didn't join them, but you can go drink with them. But they're not going to let you stay at the Rising Sun.
Oh.
Okay. Well, no, I'll stay here then.
All right. I didn't mean to. I mean, maybe that seems mean, but I don't know. We'll
No,
figure it out.
No, you're good. Yeah.
All right.
I get that.
Okay. Good. Okay. So, is there anything else?
Nope.
I haven't really heard too much from Gabriel's character nor Thaddeus's, the Wizards. Is there anything else they wanted to do?
Wizards, probably.
I don't have a lot of money, so we have
You already
to
spent it?
get this illusion that we're quite wealthy and looking for adventure.
I'd be happy to loan you some coin. With an interest rate, of course.
Yeesh.
Okay, so that means no.
No for me.
All right, perfect. All right, so obviously nothing horrible is going to happen to you. I'm assuming you guys all go down to Kesha,
Yes.
Paris, and meet up with her. Okay, so basically, she's kind of surprised that you guys automatically get in, but Darf, Draft, he like motions you guys forward. Oh, yes, welcome, come. I'm speaking to Kesha for you. You guys get your free breakfast, and I'm assuming all 6 of you guys go.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so the question is, she's like, it's a very difficult trek. I have some people. We could certainly use all sorts of people. So she starts. We'll say she starts with Ulamataz, as he was the one that Draf introduces first. And I've also seen that you guys are certified members of the Merchants Guild. So that definitely, helps out, and will help, get you into here. In what capacity do you intend to assist the caravan? That's what she's asking Ulamataz.
We'll provide scouts and guards against special situations.
Oh, as a group, or individually?
As a group, we're a team of experts. Only the best from Argos. You've no doubt heard of our mages. I offer you 2 of the finest, both the round and both the cylinder and the cone.
I feel like he should be the beanies, because he's actually wearing a beanie, but he is wearing a cylinder in
We'll
his.
get him a proper hat.
That's just the coolest thing.
All right, so
Gotta be a dozen pork coming about this.
why don't you make a reaction roll, and I'll give you a +2, because you've been bribed in, so you have Draf on your side.
Nice.
So they're not the geomancers. They're the geometric answers.
Indeed. Pyramid head.
8.
All right. All right, so not bad. She's like, all right, so for that, I will give you 50. She's basically guessing it may take in a range of, nearly a month. So that's 30 days, but 20 to 30 days is what she's guessing, depending, because the caravan's not going to travel all that fast.
Right.
And so the wage is going to start at we'll actually say if it was 600. Let me see. I'm going to say 50 gold pieces a
I
piece.
pull an orange, the fruit from my sleeve, throw it in the air, and fire a magic missile at it, turning it into orange goo. I think, friend, that we are worth quite a bit more.
50 gold pieces for the trip, a person, that is. And that includes your food and a wagon to sleep under.
75, no less.
Make a reaction roll.
That's a hard bargain.
You have a +3.
11.
Oh, all right. So, all right. Draff, his eyes a glitter, his fingers steepled and flicking back and forth against each other. Kesha, she's like, make it so, Draff. And all right, here you guys can each have a 10% bonus.
Well done, sir.
So you each get 7 gold pieces. And she's like, we leave in a week.
The power of the code is strong.
Perfect. And that still gives us time to do our little trek.
Yeah, a week. We'll leave in a week to 10 days. Draft will send someone for you. Are you staying at Triton's or in the foreign quarter?
Triton's, as long as they'll have us.
All right. Okay. So that's taken care of. Now what? You guys heading off? Do you have everything you need?
I believe so.
I have, I think, sufficient gear.
Well, let's see. Let's check now that I can actually buy a bow now that I've got cash. So she'll give us a 10% signing bonus. That was 7 gold.
Yep.
Correct.
Nice.
No, I'm still like 4 silver or 4 gold short of a short bow.
Too bad for you.
Well,
I can loan you some money.
Let's march his game, and we can help one another.
That's true. That's true. You are here together. Even though she already stole from you guys and you didn't know it, but
no one knows.
Eric, minimize your character sheet.
Oh, sorry.
Or put it off to the side, or you don't have 2 screens?
I do. I just have one with your face up on it, staring at me for some reason.
Hello. How are you?
And the other one, by the way, the other one has to run Chrome. So for Hangouts Live, so it won't let me bring my sheet over.
Bummer.
Okay. All right. So does anyone want to buy anything or do anything? So do you return and speak to Cibitar?
That's what everybody else wants. I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But does everybody have rations and lights? I have torches. And
I guess when we talk to Cibitar, how far away is this pit?
Surely you can find it within a day or 2.
Okay. Cool. Then I've got rations. Is anyone severely lacking any basic items that we should help in?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I might buy some more rations.
I've got, sword, armor, daggers, tools, backpack, rations, rope, torches. Everybody got the basic stuff too.
Yep.
All right. If someone would be willing to lend me 5 gold, I can buy.
You can have my signing bonus.
Okay, great. Thank you. Cool. So I will buy a short bow and some arrows, Hobbs.
All right.
That'll make me a lot better in range combat because I have a much better dex bonus.
Okay. That's good planning.
Ooh,
All right, here's Sibitar. She's not hooded when you see her this time. She is actually excited to see you all when you walk up. You know, that midday, early mid morning, and I see you have brought your I see you have brought your companions.
We're ready to adventure.
Throat.
Tell us where it is and what you need.
All right, so she kind of reaches down. She has a burlap, or maybe it's a leather bag, on a bench in front of the High Counselor, and she pulls out a case. You know, pulls off the stopper. Fairly gracious movement. You notice she has long fingered hands and well manicured nails and some jewelry. You know, pulls it off. This is the map I promised you. And she's basically, you can see that there's like a bay and the town is marked, and then it kind of shows some hills to the north, and they're marked in as whatever I said these hills were called, the Anvil Hills. She mentioned something like nodding towards Elmore. It was said that the Hammer clans at one time, mined these quarried this area, but no longer.
Why is that?
They're too busy hammering the horde.
This one doesn't know.
You don't know how long ago that was?
Sometime all things fade, dwarf.
Okay.
Cryptic one.
Do you have any notion of the origin of these ruins?
Are they dwarven ruins?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
I was there briefly and took some rubbings.
I see.
It's possible they're Fen or Draga, but I am uncertain.
And what is it that you seek us to recover?
Let me see. Let me check my notes.
She gonna spill the beans.
All over the floor.
Yeah.
The flawed crystal of Vitash.
Oh.
It lies in the ruins beneath.
Hobbs, have I ever heard of Vitash? Something with like knowledge that is just like religious and or common knowledge.
Why don't you roll? You can roll a d20 at half intelligence. Let me see. The wizards can roll as well.
All right, that's exactly then. My intelligence is 10, so that's exactly.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
My intelligence is 12, sorry, so it's 5 out of 6.
Thaddeus. Just make an intelligence check. I can do the rest. And that's half your intelligence as well. All right, so all of you guys know, apparently this guy, Vitash, was known fairly well in Argos as even though some of his history that he started in the gangs, but then became a wizard of note, commonly involved in shadow necromancy and the summoning of dragons.
Oh. Very interesting.
Sure.
Was he an Argonaut?
Yep. No, he was half Argonaut of the Mibishi.
Well, there you have it.
Half Mibishi and descendant Mibishi and Argos.
Okay. Well, that says a lot.
Okay, I got the half Argonaut, half Ambition Ganger, turned noted wizard, no necromancer and dragon summoner. Cool.
This would have been a few generations ago.
Okay. It definitely lends credence to the idea that these are Nabishi ruins that we might be encountering.
Okay.
All right.
No, not proof, just
That's
landing.
enough to whet my appetite for adventure.
Sure.
You will have your gem, I say.
Huzzah.
What do we call it? The flawed crystal of Vitash, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The men, you seem to have forgotten them already.
Oh, yes, and your men. I asked. You did say the crystal was priority.
A crooked smile, flaws, her caramel-colored features. Actually, she would be darker than this, probably. This would be closer to the color of the Presh, probably. Much darker.
A beauty.
Have you thought that maybe the man that you sent found the crystal and get away with it?
Absconded, yeah.
She shrugs and eyes Nebuchadnezzar enigmatically. It is possible, but I doubt it. Is there anything else? I have work that needs to be done.
Day to you, madam.
Nothing else you can tell us about this?
Be wary.
Good day, archaeologist, I say, and I wink.
Uh-huh. Do we know the names of the men that we're looking for?
I was wondering if you were going to ask about them, but you didn't.
Oh, is it too late?
No, we'll say that you did now that you've thought about it. They were a band of Uthram who were in town.
Oh.
Are there any particular dangers that associated with this place that you might be able to tell us about?
Not really.
And then she just said, "Be wary."
Yeah. Okay.
You guys have heard that there are beastmen in the area.
Yeah.
Beyond the walls.
Oh.
Watch out for beasts.
They will fall to our blades.
What do you know about those beastmen? Any common knowledge or?
So I usually call them beastmen. They could be any number of different types of beastmen. They're mostly anthropomorphic, usually have something to do with some kind of animal. And
but they're not, do they breed true to form, or are they like abominations?
breed true to form.
Okay.
Interesting.
Abominations would be something else. In the Emergent Empires, there's some things that I've written, like the Soth, who are like kind of a desert lizard man. I've had different types of goat men in Kalmata, but some of the goat men you've seen are abominations, but other ones aren't necessarily. So there's all sorts of different types. Most of the time, they're just going to be reskinned from the common things, but look a little different.
Okay.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, something maybe more naturalistic versus something conjured or magical.
A lot of times that they're in their history, they are conjured, though, I guess.
Oh.
I should have said by wizards or the wizard wars in the past.
Okay.
So do you guys want to head to the dungeon so we're ready to delve it next time?
Sure.
Are these beastmen? Are they more active during the day or the night? Do you know if anything know that at all?
Beastmen is a common term across all the lands, so it could be either way. It probably depends on more what they're like.
Okay. Fair enough.
Cool. I am ready.
Yeah, I am ready.
We're ready.
Taste our steel.
All right, so we were supposed to start at 7, so we've gone 2.5 hours. All right, so I kind of rolled. I don't have an outside map for this area. I didn't even realize we were doing that until we started doing that. So, but what I will say is, so you guys travel about a day into the hills. Hopefully you have a few days travel. And you're following the map. It's fairly easy. You can see there must be some sort of landmark or whatever that was drawn on the map. Well, maybe we'll have who is the who is the scout and who is the trailblazer. The trailblazer is going to be the person using the map and trying to find landmarks, and the scout is the person who's going to be, responsible for kind of traveling ahead and eyeing the land, so you guys aren't just wandering wildly.
Is it safe to assume a scout would need to be stealthy?
If that's the way they want to be scouting, I think different people could scout differently, but if a scout wanted to do that, they could.
You'll notice that Elmore is all thumbs.
Yeah, well, I hate to dump the task, but it seems like Aya might be our best person for that.
Yeah, I mean, I have decent stats. Like, we're 46, we're 46 stats, so I have good stats all around. So I'm very comfortable with scouting.
All right,
Okay,
Aya's the scout. Who's the taskmaster?
And what's the taskmaster? Somebody who...
I nominate the conical wizard. He has done us well.
Yeah.
Ulamataz, the scout, is the trailblazer, not taskmaster.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, yeah, are we in chains? What's going on here?
All right, Ulamataz. Ulamataz, make an intelligence check.
Very well.
It's going to be pretty hard to fail in this situation, but it's possible. It's going to add time more than
4.
Yep,
Fair
you
enough.
made it. All right, so you made it by 8 because you rolled twice, didn't you? Or that was 8 was from before. You're right. Okay, so Scout, why don't you go ahead and make a Dex check?
I made it.
All right, so you guys travel. It like I say, maybe it just passed. You think it's evening, but you can see over the hills on a next rise these standing stones, and they're kind of silhouetted by a campfire, and you can see some figures moving around.
Figures.
Yeah, figures moving around the area.
Beastman.
Beastman.
Make any features out or any silhouettes, like whether they're humanoid, do they have horns or do they have hoods or?
Oh, what's this we got here? I want to zoom my map in. Oh.
So you guys would be to the south, easily, kind of 100 yards. And there is some foliage on this hill where you can see these different arches and this kind of, standing stones. And there is a campfire. And it looks like you can see, at least 5 or 6 beastmen. You're not sure, but they're at least man-sized, maybe a little larger.
Can you describe what I'm looking at, Hobbs, with these people?
Well, you're not going to be able to see them very well from 100 yards out at night.
Oh, okay, fair. Very fair.
Alrighty.
So we are approaching from
The south.
the south. Okay.
I'll try and sneak up there, I guess.
Okay, so this is where I thought we were going to stop. This is a cliffhanger.
Oh, never mind. Let's stop. This is perfect.
So that's kind of where you're at, and that's what we see. So for a first session, maybe not as much action. I didn't really kind of know what was going to happen. So I'm pretty happy how it went. Thaddeus, you got anything you want to say or anything you want to pimp or thoughts
No,
on?
man. Great game. Looking forward to developing. I've been playing West March's game so long. I'm almost at, this is kind of a treat. So I'm excited. Good game.
Good. I'm excited about it as well. I am very happy to hear that you are. It was awesome that we got all the players here today. And if there's ever a time when someone isn't going to be able to make it, we'll figure it out. Most likely I'll do the same kind of rule. If we're out in the middle of something, they'll fade to black and they won't die unless everybody dies, but you can't really use any of their abilities or anything, but we can talk about that more as we go. Karl, you got anything you want to pimp or say about the game?
I enjoy the game. This is cool to explore this world in a regular game as opposed to drop in, drop out. Although both games are really awesome. So I don't have anything to talk about at this moment, but I will soon. Just Craig and I have to talk about it more.
Awesome. Yeah. So what about you, Justin?
Well, I mean, I've played with many of you guys on several occasions, so it's always a treat to be able to hang out with you guys and being a game run by Hobbs and I'm an illustrator. I do maps. The random encounters over at Patreon is my stuff, and Epic Works Studio. And you can check me out on Facebook, Patreon, Instagram. So take a look, and thanks for running an awesome game, Hobbs.
Awesome. Gabriel.
Great game, as always. Nice to have all the guys on board, and I'm gonna have to work harder to outsmart the conehead wizard.
Nice.
I think that is going to be a pretty fun aspect to this
Yeah.
game.
Oh,
Seeing
absolutely.
what the two Tower of Magi are going to be saying about each other. That should
That's
be
pretty
fun.
funny.
All
What
right,
if their
Eric?
buildings are shaped that way too?
They should be.
Mhm.
Eric?
I love the cone wizards versus the cylinder. I'm so excited.
It's just begun.
It's just begun.
It's really
I'm gonna have to fashion a hat for next session.
You have to.
Well, at least it's a cylinder hat. I mean, you could just take like a piece of paper and a stapler and
Yeah, dude.
Right.
just put it on your
It's
head.
like a
You
chef
kind of
hat.
have to. I mean, you got to compete with Thaddeus here.
Although your picture on your token is pretty badass. So
That's
that's-
with the
Yeah.
beard. You need
Great.
a curled beard though, like the
Yeah, I got a curl.
Babylonian.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, it's nice to. I like everybody here, so it's nice to game with you guys as always. I echo everyone's sentiments. I'm looking forward to playing. I love West Marches, but it's fun to play a more traditional game every once in a while too, and have some more role playing and more standard development, and that'll be fun. I'm excited.
awesome. Brasco.
Yeah, and not to be cliche, but I totally agree with Eric, and I think it'd be remiss not saying so. It's really looking forward to just a more traditional game. I like the West Marches thing too, but it's nice to have a dedicated group, and especially with wonderful players such as yourselves. So very much looking forward to more adventure.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Mr. Brasco. I would say that you guys were handpicked, but you're the only ones that said yes when I asked. So I'm mostly kidding
Whatever.
about that. But I mean, I think it's still really going to be player driven. Even tonight, you had multiple ways you could go or things that you could do that we didn't really know what was going to happen until it happened. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. It's not as unknown as maybe a drop in drop out game, but this, I still feel like I'm curious to see what goes down for sure.
I'm excited to meet the Beastmen and go in the pit.
Yeah, man. The
Hopefully,
pit of
hopefully it
Detox.
takes less than a week.
Yeah, true.
I
And
didn't
we're
say
on
week or
a
10
time.
days. I'm giving you some.
Yeah.
Opening.
You're being
And
cool about it.
In some ways, there you can see what it might be like once you get to Agata, and if you were curious about it, that whole merchant guild thing, I'm curious to see how that might turn out. That could create some fun, and I really appreciate you guys, playing. So same
Thanks for
time,
running again, dude.
yeah. Anyone who showed up to watch, same time next week, 7 p.m. Central
Cody.
On Tuesday.
on Tuesdays. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I'll be there.
If we get enough people, we'll play some Kalmata tomorrow night, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Yeah, no one else has signed up besides myself and Coleman right now.
Okay.
Bummer.
I
Well,
No
Wednesday's
problem.
hard.
Oh, Stu said he was going to play 2. We got 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Who cares? We're not doing it. No, I'm just kidding. We'll talk more about it. I got my road crew game again, and I have not done anything for it. So
Black powder, black magic.
that's right. Black Powder, Black Magic.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I got
That's cool.
gaming this week. I got Centaur Crew on Friday with Thaddeus anyways.
If we
Yeah,
don't
I'm looking forward to
I
that.
want to play in that too.
if we don't mention a Stormlord publishing product on Mr. Hobbs's Gamer, the right thing isn't happening.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah, don't forget to pimp CraigBrasco.com.
Oh, thank you.
CraigBrasco.com.
Yeah, and I'm on Instagram too. Look me up.
All right, so everyone who's watching, we're rambling now. So thank you for joining us on this little trip through. You know what? I don't know where the dang thing is that would turn off this stream.
It's never gonna end.
You play all night.
Oh my gosh!
Really? I don't know.
All
How
right,
it works.
I'm out, gents. Good game.
All right, man.
Good night.
See you
Everyone
later.
just leave. Just act like I turned the stream off.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Bye bye.
Good night, gentlemen.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
I'm just turning everything off. Oh, here it is. I found it.